on Epstein's yacht at one point in time.
Most of Meghan Markle's yacht girl pics have been scrubbed from the internet.
There was a sex tape about her.
And I saw it.
What do Americans really think of Harry and Meghan? We despise them.
Zoom in here and it says, with the compliments of Her Royal Highness.
But they can't make money off the royal family.
What happens when a fairy tale turns into a plot twist nobody saw coming? Meghan Markle's life was supposed to be all crowns, castles, and endless glamour. She married Prince Harry, the world's favorite royal rebel, and for a moment, it looked like she'd cracked the code to royalty and riches. But whispers are growing louder, and they're saying something wild.
There was like photos with her and Prince Andrew way back in the day when she was like in her early 20s.
There's evidence to suggest that she went on Epstein's yacht at the same time as Prince Andrew.
She married for money. It's very clear she bagged the elephant. She was thrilled she became a, quote, princess.
Meghan might already be planning her escape from a life that's left Harry looking lost and her chasing something bigger. Way bigger, like billionaire level big. So, what's really going on behind those polished Instagram posts? Let's dive into the story that's got everyone talking. Picture this: a dazzling wedding, a global spotlight, and a love story that seemed straight out of a Hollywood script. When Meghan Markle became the Duchess of Sussex, the world was captivated. She wasn't just marrying a prince, she was stepping into a life of unimaginable privilege, or so she thought. But the reality? It was more like a royal rug pull.
Photos about last night. ... Thank you, Beyonce and team, for an amazing concert and a very fun date night. All love. Girl, she didn't invite you to the concert.
She wants all of the privileges that go along with an identity, but she doesn't want any of the responsibility. She doesn't want to do any of the work. She wants the tiara. She doesn't want the public service.
Sources close to the couple say Meghan had visions of billionaire-level wealth, with sprawling estates, private jets on speed dial, and a vault of crown jewels at her fingertips. Instead, she got Harry, a prince with a title but no real throne, cut off from the royal cash machine after they ditched their official duty.
Meghan Markle has been very brazen recently with the use of the HRH. Now, royal fans will know in 2020, during the negotiations for Harry and Meghan to leave royal duties, it was agreed with Queen Elizabeth that they will not use the HRH title. That is a long-standing precedent, and there's good reason for it. Basically, the HRH is only given to working...
Montecito's nice, don't get me wrong, but it's not the Buckingham Palace penthouse she might have pictured. Insiders whisper she's frustrated, feeling like she signed up for a jackpot but got a consolation prize. And that's where the cracks started to show. What do you do when the fairy tale doesn't pay the bills? For Meghan, it meant turning her sights to a whole new game. So, what's Meghan's next move? If the rumors are anything to go by, she's already working elite circles, hunting for a lifestyle that matches her ambitions. Reports claim she's been spotted at high society events.
We want our privacy and safety, but we'll go be at Beyonce concerts and do whatever we want. Oh, look at him.
Beautiful children. If you haven't noticed, my husband's very, very handsome.
It's so fake.
This can't be real.
But look how nice is she pulling away from her lovely prince. It's so good. Who's filming this?
Flashing that signature charm at men who don't blink at eight-figure bank accounts. Think tech moguls, hedge fund titans, the kind of guys who own islands, not just vacation homes. Neighbors in Montecito are buzzing, saying she's less focused on her marriage and more on networking her way into billionaire territory. One source even alleged she's been cozying up to wealthy prospects right under Harry's nose, laughing a little too brightly, lingering a little too long. It's a bold play, but not an easy one. Finding a billionaire willing to take on a duchess with public baggage, a trail of failed ventures, and a knack for headlines? That's a tall order, but Meghan's not one to back down from a challenge. Still, this hustle is stirring up trouble at home.
A plan to finally strip Prince Harry and Meghan Markle of their HRH titles.
So the fact that she's continued to use this HRH when they've been instructed not to, I think is absolutely infuriating in Buckingham Palace. And there was a very interesting source inside close to the Prince of Wales who spoke to the Daily Beast.
And it's starting to show. Poor Harry, he's not just caught in the crossfire, he's becoming a casualty. The prince who once had the world swooning with his cheeky grin and rebel streak is barely recognizable. Insiders paint a grim picture. Harry's withdrawn, trailing behind Meghan at events like a reluctant shadow. The guy who used to command a room now looks like he's just trying to keep up. Commentators have started started calling him the Duke of Waffle House, a brutal jab at how far he's fallen from royal glory. Sources say Meghan's team is running the show, making calls while Harry nods along, his once fiery spirit dulled to a flicker. It's heartbreaking to watch, especially when you think back to the Harry who flew helicopters in combat and charmed everyone at charity galas. Now, he's stuck in a life that feels more like Meghan's stage than his own. And the question on everyone's mind is, does he even know she's planning her exit? That's where things get really messy. Let's talk about Meghan's track record, because it's not exactly screaming success story.
There's evidence that suggests that she went on Epstein's yacht at the same time as Prince Andrew.
$100 million, it was like, we will sell out our family and we will each do our own individual projects. So Meghan Markle, people have been wondering what it is that she's going to do, because when she first did her Spotify series, and I think that deal was $25 million, Spotify lived to regret it immediately.
Her big post-royal ventures were supposed to cement her as a global mogul, but they've mostly flopped. The Spotify deal? Dead in the water. The Netflix series? More like a glossy mirage than a cultural hit. And that jam business, American Riviera Orchard, was it? Sounds quaint, but it's barely made a ripple. Then there's the cooking show, which was supposed to be her Martha Stewart moment. Instead, it gave us that viral clip of her cutting a pineapple the way nature intended. The internet lost it, not in a good way. People were cringing, memeing, even joking that it looked like a cry for help. One host quipped it was less culinary genius and more please notice me. Every misstep chips away at her credibility, and with each flop, the whispers grow louder. Meghan's running out of runway. So, why can't she catch a break? It's not just the projects tanking, it's the people turning their backs. Hollywood's elite, the ones Meghan needs to stay relevant, are starting to keep their distance. Take Brooke Shields, who once shared a stage with her. On a recent podcast, Shields took a playful jab at Meghan's overused story about writing a letter at age 11 to change a sexist ad. The room erupted in laughter, not because it was cruel, but because it was so painfully true. Meghan's narrative feels like a broken record. Even bigger names, like the Obamas and Oprah, have gone radio silent, no longer cozying up for photo ops. In the high-stakes world of A-list alliances, Meghan's become a risky bet. Too much drama, not enough return. One insider put it bluntly, her name brings headlines, but they're the kind that make people wince. And when your star power starts fading in Hollywood, it's not just a setback, it's a warning sign. But who's really pulling the curtain back on her? Here's where the plot thickens. Meghan's own inner circle is starting to spill secrets. People who once guarded her story like loyal knights are now leaking to tabloids like the Daily Mail. These aren't distant sources, they're folks from her PR team who know the playbook. One insider dropped a bombshell, saying Meghan's reverted to her pre-Harry hustle, the actress who always had one eye on the next big opportunity. They claim she's chasing billionaire prospects while spinning this empowered, relatable image that's fooling no one. Another source said her team is frustrated, watching her recycle old moves while the public grows skeptical. It's like the fairy tale she sold is unraveling from the inside, and the ones closest to her are done pretending it's all rosy. This kind of betrayal doesn't just hurt, it exposes the truth. So, what's Meghan doing to keep the spotlight? She's banking on a rebrand, trying to morph into the Duchess next door. Think wholesome cooking tips, relatable mom moments, and a vibe that says, I'm just like you. But it's not clicking. That one-pot pasta recipe she hyped as a lifestyle win? Turns out, it was cribbed from Martha Stewart's archives, down to the measurements. Her Netflix outtakes, like that pineapple fiasco, feel less like charm and more like a desperate grab for relevance. Montecito locals are whispering, saying her normal girl act is as staged as a red carpet walk. One neighbor reportedly scoffed, she's trying to be the girl next door, but it's all filtered through a PR machine. Even media hosts are piling on. One joked her pineapple clip was more swingers code than cooking hack, and the clip's since become a meme goldmine. The harder she pushes this image, the more it backfires. People aren't just skeptical, they're exhausted by the performance. So, what's fueling this relentless drive? Let's peel back another layer. Meghan's always been ambitious, but there's talk she's chasing more than just wealth. She's chasing validation. Sources say she saw the royal role as her ticket to global adoration, a platform to outshine even the most iconic princesses. When that didn't happen, she pivoted to influencer stardom, but the public's not buying it. Social media's been brutal. Ex-posts call her out for everything from inauthentic vibes to recycled royal drama. One viral thread dissected her every move, saying she's stuck in a loop of trying to manifest success without the groundwork. It's not just critics, even former fans are peeling away, tired of the same polished talking points. Her 11-year-old letter anecdote, once a symbol of her activism, now feels like a punchline. And yet, she keeps pushing, doubling down on the curated image like it's her lifeline. What happens when the world stops clapping? The cultural ripple effects are hard to miss. Meghan's story has sparked endless debates about ambition, authenticity, and what it means to make it in today's world. Some see her as a trailblazer, a woman who dared to rewrite royal rules. Others see her as a cautionary tale, chasing status at the cost of everything else. On X, users are divided. One post called her a queen who built her own path, while another dubbed her the Duchess of Desperation. Media outlets are eating it up, with think pieces analyzing her every misstep. One article described her as a modern Icarus flying too close to the sun of fame. Another speculated she's already laying the groundwork for a post-breakup comeback, maybe even eyeing a tell-all book to reclaim the narrative. But the clock's ticking, and the public's patience is wearing thin. So, what's the endgame? Let's not forget the human side of this drama. Harry's not just a prop in Meghan's story, he's a man grappling with his own identity. Sources say he's struggling to find purpose, caught between his royal past and a present that feels foreign. Friends from his army days have shared stories of a guy who thrived on adrenaline and camaraderie, now reduced to photo ops at Meghan's events. One pal reportedly said, "A shell of the Harry we knew." It's tough to watch, especially when you consider how much he gave up for love. Meanwhile, Meghan's forging ahead, her focus razor sharp on the elite. But billionaires aren't easily charmed, they know a lifeline when they see one. Reports hint she's been too overt, her ambition outpacing her subtlety. One insider quipped, "She's not wooing them, she's auditioning." And in those circles, desperation is the ultimate turn-off. So, where does that leave her? Here's the million-dollar question. What's Meghan's next chapter? She started as a royal with the world at her feet, promising empowerment and change, and a new kind of royalty. Now, she's tangled in a web of flops, fading alliances, and a narrative that's crumbling faster than her jam jars. Will she cut ties with Harry and leap into a billionaire's world, trading tabloid drama for a gilded cage? Will she vanish quietly, rebranding for the 7th time as a meditation coach or lifestyle guru? Or will she keep hustling, hoping one of these stunts finally lands her back on the A-list? One thing's for sure, the fairy tale's over, and no amount of Instagram filters, pineapple slicing, or recycled empowerment quotes can glue it back together. Meghan wanted to be unforgettable, and she might just get her wish, for all the wrong reasons. What do you think she'll do next? Drop your thoughts below, and let's keep watching this story unfold.